Wow, he's really playing good. They got a lot of guys playing good. Kyle Williams, Jalen Harvey. I think Darby's playing good. Nikhil's playing all right. Pretty good. He's a guy, he's just a real. One of the nice things about it, we got so many guys playing well at that receiving core that the ball's getting spread around a lot, and I think that makes it harder to defend us. What we're doing. We're not just one dimensional. Just because he's just so competitive, man. I identify with Jalen more than any kid on our team. He reminds me the most of me in the good ways and bad ways. But I tell him that too. I mean, he's just so passionate. He's so competitive. I like that. I like that about him. I mean, he can't stand to lose. He can't stand to and I tell him his greatest assets, his passion, his enthusiasm, and his competitiveness, and his greatest deficit's the same three things. I mean, just emotional. I mean, he's, just sometimes people don't understand. You can get people can misunderstand that. And sometimes you got to be. Football is a very physical and you got to be mentally tough, and it's so important that you are it's controlled. You got to be controlled, and but guys that are so passionate like him, he is in control. But it sometimes it can be misunderstood. So you got to learn to channel all that stuff. But I love his competitive. He has one of the. He loves it. I tell him all the time. I said, "You and I got the same disease, boy." I mean, he loves to compete. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He wants to win. So, no, he's kind of in the middle of the road. Uh, but he's just. He was voted unit leader of the receivers. That tells you. I think his peers respect him. I like that group, man. We got a really unique group of guys. You take Kyle, and I mean, man, he's just so versatile and fast and smart. And Kyle's playing two different positions for us in the receiving core, and then Jalen, we move him around, and now Nikhil's playing. We're just very diverse in our skill set. And then a guy we're going to start working into the deal a little bit is Curtis Hodges. He's really coming on. 6'7", 6'8". Yep. He's 6'7", 6'8". He's got great hands. He's a great kid. Got a great haircut last week. You see his haircut? Awesome. Looks great. And I told him that's why we're going to start playing him, because he got his haircut. I didn't like his hair before. But he looks really great. No, he is so gifted. He is really a gifted player, and so we thought long and hard about, man, should we redshirt him and I just think he can help us, and so does Coach Napier, and so I don't know how much he's going to play, but we're going to start playing him, start utilizing him on special teams, and then there's a role for him. He is very, very talented. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. He just said, I thought he, from a emotional leadership standpoint, he just said, "Hey, man, get right here on my back. I'm gonna go get this." And I told him I was pretty impressed with how he ran the football, that's something that we got to continue to build upon. But I told him, I said, "Man, we ought to do that. We ought to run like that every single play," and so. I was impressed by that. I thought he did a great job, and I think our run game is progressing. Oh yeah, I think he's a every down guy. Obviously, and he's a great receiver. A lot of people don't realize the guy's got great hands. He's a very diverse back as well. But I think he's a guy that needs to be he's a down in and down out guy, great protector. Obviously, Kalen's multi-talented, so we're going to move him around and do things with him. And then I still want, Eno and Nick and those guys. I think there's a role for them because each one of them have different skill sets. So, but no, I think that I think we're starting to find kind of what our identity is and trying to settle a little bit, into what everybody's going to do, and then each game it's going to be different. Those guys, a lot of people key in on Kalen, and when they do, they're just going to open up other things. And then I think that's one good thing about it. We have such diversity as far as our skill talent level at running back and receiver. If we'll just protect the ball and take what they give us, I think that the other thing that's helped us in the running game is just Coach Napier being committed to it. Because we ran the ball 53 times. I think we averaged 2.5 yards a carry. You know what I'm saying? And that's being committed to it. You know what I'm saying? Because most people just won't. They just, it's just, they won't do that. And I think in the long run, that's really, because I'm telling you, we if we'll stay away from those things that doesn't fit who we are, then we'll stay away from the negative plays. And that's what I think we're getting closer on in all three areas, I think, of being, adapting to our players. We got to continue to adapt, continue to evolve, continue to get better fundamentally, and be open to do that. Because that's the key, man, is every week you better be better than you were last week. Because last week's not going to get it. So I think that's the key. That's why we've been so committed to that. Because you're just never going to be consistent offensively if you cannot run the ball. You have to commit to that.
Stanford's obvious strength is obviously the running game. It looks like the passing game maybe is not even up to par compared to years past.
I disagree with that. They are so tall and long. I think their tight ends are. I think this is the best group of tight ends they've had since probably back in 13, maybe back to 12, when they had the guys that were drafted. This group of tight ends are long, tall. They can run seam routes. They're deceptively faster than they look like, and they like them. They like their tight ends. And it's not their tight ends. It's not their receiving